am Esther, aka the African Woman, and this is Afronews Worldwide. Actor Louis Gossett Jr., the first black man to win a supporting actor Oscar and an Emmy winner for his role in the slavery TV series Roots, died on Friday, the 29th of March 2024, aged 87. He was born in Brooklyn, New York City, and made his stage debut at the age of 17. Gossett Jr. was one of the most respected and beloved actors on stage, screen, and television, and was also an accomplished writer. He was the hardcore drill instructor in 1982's An Officer and a Gentleman, where he became the first person to win an Oscar as a supporting artist. He also got an Emmy Award for his role as the cunning fiddler in Roots. In 2015, he also did another slavery series called The Book of Negroes. In fact, he worked from 17 years till his late 70s. He was a man with a spirit like Mandela's, brave and smiling at the face of all odds. May his soul rest in peace. In Senegal, presidential elections were held on the 24th of March 2024, with Macky Sall, the incumbent president, ineligible to pursue a third term due to term limits in the Constitution of Senegal. These elections were scheduled for the 25th of February 2024, but were postponed indefinitely by a decree from Sall on the 3rd of February. However, on the 15th of February, the Senegalese Constitutional Council overturned the postponement and ruled that elections should proceed ASAP, hence the chosen date of 24th of March 2024. Opposition candidate Bassirou Diomaye Faye won with more than 54% votes in this election, as confirmed by the Dakar courts. This candidate came from 10 days after he was freed from prison. He is only 44 years old and is said to become the youngest president in African history. Faye's message has been particularly popular among young voters in a country where more than 60% of young people are struggling to find jobs. The polls followed 3 years of political turbulence that led to violent anti-government protests. Dozens have been arrested and hundreds killed since 2021. Hopefully, a peaceful transition of power in Senegal would mark a turn of democracy in West Africa, where there have been 8 military coups since 2020. Talking about coups in Africa, the Bongo dynasty is worth looking into. In Gabon, the Bongo family of the Teke ethnic group have had 2 members, Omar Bongo and Ali Bongo, ruling the country from 1967 until 2023. What began in 1967 with Father Omar Bongo ruling for 41 years and son Ali taking over for another 14 years, ended when military officers seized power on Wednesday the 26th of August 2023. On that day, Ali Bongo was announced president for the 3rd time in a row, subjecting the government to a severe constitutional crisis. Military government new leader is General Brice Ngo-Ema. Ngo-Ema is Bongo's cousin. He was the commander-in-chief of the Republican Guards, so you can see that it was literally a family-run country. That so-called election on the 26th of August 2023 was held under an internet shutdown, and Gabonese were said to revolt against it. So Ngo-Ema acted in good faith to avert bloodshed in that country. Now a transitional prime minister, Raymond Ndong-Sima, has been appointed and has visited many countries to garner support and research on how to move the country forward, and promised that this transitional post is going to end in 2025. where a free and fair election will be conducted. The Prime Minister was appointed by General Brice Nguema, who led the coup against his cousin Ali Bongo. So we are hoping for a better future for this oil-rich Central African country, Gabon. Jeremiah Armstead, a young African American born in Los Angeles and was homeless in high school, has made history as the first black person to receive the U.S. the Perry Wallace Most Courageous Award from the U.S. Basketball Writers Association. This association annually selects a Player of the Year in all American teams for both men and women in college basketball. This is a great award indeed for anyone to obtain. Jeremiah Armstead moved around so much as a kid that he was not even eligible to play high school basketball until his senior year. Nevertheless, he never lost faith through all the nights his family slept in their car when they could not get a hotel room or a shelter. Jeremiah, his mom, and siblings were harassed by both the elements and the police, but he persevered. He not only survived, but he flourished. I have seen the worst of the worst, Jeremiah said. Now he is a star and set for the greatest. So I implore everyone to persevere in their dreams despite all odds. The Innovator Award at the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards were awarded to Beyonce on the 1st of April 2024. The African-American pop star accepted the trophy from Stevie Wonder, whom she thanked for playing the harmonica on Jolene, and she dedicated the award to fellow innovators like Sister Rosetta Tharpe, Tracy Chapman, Linda Martell, Prince Stevie Wonder, Andre 300, Tina Turner, and Michael Jackson. iHeartRadio Music Awards is a show that celebrates music heard throughout the year across iHeartMedia radio stations nationwide. It was founded in 2014 and recognizes the most popular artists and music over the past years. Winners are chosen per cumulative performance data, while the public is able to vote in several categories. Beyoncé was voted in for her music called Cowboy Carter in Japan, and she said to Stevie Wonder, "If anyone asks me if there is anyone I could listen to for the rest of my life, it is you." Kudos, sis. You are a knockout performer. In Ethiopia, northeastern Africa, commonly known the Horn of Africa, starvation is stalking most regions of that country. Centered in northern Tigray region, where most villages who have not recovered from the ravages of the recent war in the region, there have been reports of children and young people dying of starvation. The federal government in Addis Ababa denies this, but veterans of relief operations are saying that the tragedy and calamity building up in Tigray are of alarming proportions. This is because on the 3rd of November 2020, a war that was primarily fought in the Tigray region broke out between forces allied to the Ethiopian federal government and the Tigray People's Liberation Front. Eritrean forces also fought alongside the Ethiopian federal government forces. That war ended on the 3rd of November 2022. The Tigrayan authorities are saying that 3.5 million people, more than half of the region's population, need help for the entire year because that war reduced Tigray to extreme poverty. In that war, soldiers were accused of stealing and burning foods and farms, slaughtering livestock, including plow oxen, and ransacking and vandalizing water systems. More than 1.4 million people were forcibly displaced, especially from the more fertile western parts of Tigray, and their neighbors took over their property. That region's economy was devastated as factories were looted and burned. Banks were closed and farmers could not get loans. Welfare payments were stopped. Salaries of 130,000 civil servants were not paid, and 90,000 pensioners could not collect their pensions. These are to mention just a few of the ills that region is suffering. Now the last straw is that the rains failed and there is drought in Ethiopia. So children and young people from poorest families die every day. This is a plea for humanitarian aid to Tigray. If you can, please do not fail to help. Now, belatedly, we want to holler some popular black people who were born in March. Queen Latifah, Vanessa William, Diana Ross, Boris Kodjo, Will I Am, Olamide. Last but definitely not the least, Quincy Jones, one of the founding fathers of black entertainment. Hola Papa. In events, may I let you know that a great variety show is coming up this weekend in London. This show is called In the Bosque with Chukwemeka Odumeje and other performers like Noso Rex, Efe Worry Boy, Chinyere Wilfred, Laughing Gas, Baba Lotija. Venue, the Lighthouse Theatre, 262274 Campbell Road, London SE5 0AY. This is going to be a night of fun, great relaxation and networking. For tickets, please call 07368 474745. Please do go out and have some fun. With this, we'll come to the end of today's broadcast. Remember, I am Esther, aka the African Woman. This is Afronews Worldwide on Afro Cultural Network. This network is building up to promote Afro documentaries, docudramas, Afro entertainments, and a lot more. Please follow us and you'll be happy you did. Ciao.